So in this episode, we're going to talk to Paul about, because Paul's he is an entrepreneur. He has his own business, on a weekend. So, you think like an entrepreneur, but actually there's a contradiction in terms, because actually you're running the whole of Microsoft SMB and the cloud. So what would be really interesting, I think, for partners and customers out there is to understand, if I said, here's £500,000 now, what business would you go away and set up? What interests you to go, yeah, I'd take that and I'd go do that?
Yeah. Well, firstly, I think if you ask me this question next week, I may give you a different set of answers, because every day you stumble across opportunities to a great example today, I've got the train up and I'm sat in a carriage with 4 pieces of paper. So one's a ticket, this is a ledger, this is not suitable for travel, one's a receipt. You see opportunity everywhere to just kind of, to transform the way industries and organizations work. But I think today I'll give you a couple of answers actually, if that's okay.
Yes,
and as I say, you could probably ask
right.
me and I'll give you different answers because the opportunity is all around us today. The first one is I'm really passionate about the building and developing the digital skill set in our UK business today. And I'm not just talking about in our partner ecosystem, which is absolutely vital for Microsoft, for our partners to be able to bring our tools to life in a really meaningful way. That's absolutely vital. So I think skilling partners, let's take that as a given. I still think then there is a huge opportunity for us in Great Britain to really start embedding digital skills from a curriculum level up. And I'd love to start up a social enterprise that looks at building and developing digital skills, in Great Britain.
Yes.
I think it's really important for a number of reasons. Firstly, we've been in the shadow of Silicon Valley and America for many years in terms of the big tech success stories, but we're doing a phenomenal job in fintech. So London is the heart of the fintech market today, and we should be hugely proud of that, by the way. And we have developed this ever-increasing, this kind of entrepreneurial flair that felt almost to be a kind of, the ownership of Silicon Valley. I see that now through the startup communities all around the UK that I interact with, both in the north and the south. There's a huge flair for entrepreneurship. If we can augment that with the right skills, whether that's people looking to get back into work, whether that's at a school, at a schooling age, particularly in a post-Brexit era, I think we've got a phenomenal opportunity to really lead the world in terms of how do you skill up a population to take advantage of the digital opportunity. So with a social enterprise hat on, that's what I would love to go and do.
Great.
With a commercial hat on, there is one area that I come back to time and time again, even though I probably scribble down an idea for an app every 3 or 4 days. There's one area that keeps coming back to me, and I may be geeking out on it a little bit, but I really like the challenge of how do you convey luxury online. How do luxury brands use digital tooling? So the example I would give today is if you go to a website to buy a luxury car, a Range Rover or an Aston Martin, frankly, it's pretty much the same website as if you went to buy a budget car.
Yes.
If you look at how those organizations are using tools like augmented reality today, if you look at how they're using social media today, if you look at how they're combining their physical stores with their digital stores, I just think there's a real opportunity for digital for luxury brands to embrace digital. I think we've been in an era of digital tools working brilliantly well for commodity companies.
Yes.
I'm really excited and interested in how luxury brands embrace digital to convey and deliver that luxury experience. It's just something I think about a lot. I don't see anyone doing brilliantly well today.
No, but you know what? I think it is changing. I think what you've said there really hits home with me. I've seen it on a few websites. Websites are evolving now. Maybe websites won't be the thing in the future.
I agree with you.
Wearing clothes as you walk in a shop, you just don't even bother changing, do you? Just like you can get them put on you and decide. You can do that from home. You can do that on a website at home through a reverse mirror or something like that. Amazing.
We had a graduate over from our Chinese subsidiary about 6 months back, and I managed to spend some time and kind of grab lunch with her. And I was talking about the market in China, and what I thought my one takeaway, which was kind of mind equals blown, is she was saying, listen, if you're starting a business up in China today, you wouldn't do what you do in the UK, which is like build a website, set up your social media apps. She said it is a chatbot first market. Right. The first digital asset you would build is a chatbot. And whilst there are cultural differences, obviously, and I don't think the UK market will evolve to that, extreme. I just thought it was fascinating to see, that a brand would lead with a chatbot experience, which is not something I would kind of write on a whiteboard if you say, let's have a brainstorming session on what we do first. But again, just for me, a really fab example of how the world of digital is changing the way we interact with our customers and each other.
Yeah, I think the reason why both of us actually are in IT is it's just exciting.
Yes,
it's changing all the time, isn't it?
Hugely so. Yeah.
Listen, that's fantastic, Paul. Again, so in the next episode, what we're going to talk to you about actually is business culture, how cultures have changed with all of this technology that's coming through. What do we need to look at? How do we change the face of our culture at work?